Welcome to Less Than 12 Parsecs, the fastest Star Wars podcast in the galaxy. Now here's your host, Tim McMahon.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Less Than 12 Parsecs. My guest today is Mr. Joe Mignano. He's a Star Wars podcaster, but we're not going to talk about his show. No, today we're going to talk about a little something special he's built that gives back to the community of Star Wars podcasts and podcast fans. Have a listen. All right, Joe, thanks for coming on the show. Quick, tell everyone about the awesome Star Wars themed app you've created.
Well, I made an Android app for Star Wars podcast listeners. It's called Star Wars Podcast. It's available on Google Play as well as on my website, holonetaudiodramas.com or darkempireradio.com, either place. And it works with Android version 2.3.3 or above, so literally any Android device except for the watches, I think. It has over 40 different Star Wars podcasts on there, all family-friendly. A lot of smaller podcasts as well as a lot of the popular ones are on there. I could name some of them off if you'd like, but there's more than 40.
No, we don't have time. So tell me, are you making big money off this app?
Absolutely not. No, it's free for everyone. You know, all the podcasts that are on there are free, and so I don't dare make any money off of that.
Do you have plans in the future to have an Apple version?
No, I don't really. iOS is something that, well, they do charge a little bit more. Google Play charged a little bit to make the app, but Apple, unfortunately, takes a lot of time and a lot of money, and I don't have that. But most of the shows that are on the app there are also on iTunes, and so they do have that avenue, whereas Google users don't have something like iTunes.
So how do you choose which shows are on the app? Because there's so many great Star Wars podcasts these days.
There are, and it was no small task of finding more than 40 to put on there. For the most part, I let them come to me. You know, it's kind of word of mouth. Some podcasters that, you know, especially some of the more popular ones, I've approached and asked them if they want to participate on the app. A lot of the other ones, I've just let them approach me and say, hey, can we be a part of your app there? That's kind of how it all worked. And some of the more popular ones, I've put those on there. I've just put those on the app in addition to the ones that were already there. And a lot of the other ones that are on there, I've actually interacted with the podcasters themselves and said, hey, would you like to be a part of this? I just need to make sure that your show is family friendly. That's kind of how they all ended up on there.
Great. We've only got 10 seconds left. Tell people about your audio work that you've done.
Well, actually, I've done several podcasts. Holonet Audio Dramas is fan fiction with music and sound effects. Dark Empire Radio, that's kind of an expanded universe podcast. And of course, I do the 501st Cast, the official podcast of Vader's Fist, the 501st Legion.
Great. Thank you so much, Joe. Thanks for coming on Less Than 12 Parsecs.
Glad to be here.
You've been listening to Less Than 12 Parsecs, the fastest Star Wars podcast in the galaxy, part of the Expanded Fandomverse network of shows. For links and show notes, visit our website, TwelveParsecsPodcast.com. Follow Less Than 12 Parsecs on Twitter at 12parpod, on Instagram at 12parsecsPodcast, on Tumblr at 12parsecsPodcast, and find us on Facebook as well. And please let us know what you think. Email us at 12parsecsPodcast@gmail.com.